I left the city building louder proof, traded brass ceilings for an open roof, turned down parades that forget the street, chose smaller bread that the humble eat. I learned to measure what I let go, to walk like water where fires won't grow. Some call it loss, I call it aim, a tighter circle with a calmer flame. Photographs fade to the color of wheat, stories turn quiet with truth and meat. I'm lighter now in a heavier frame, the weight I lost was the need for fame. Count to 4 with a steady lung, let the past be past and the young stay young. If memory knocks with a stadium's name, answer with footsteps you're willing to claim. This is the distance I became, not running away, not hiding shame. I let the noise unlearn my name. I kept the work, I kept the same. The farther I walk from what I tame, the closer I came to the man I became. I used to bargain with thunder's dead, spend tomorrows I hadn't met. Now I buy minutes with breath and bone, paying quiet where haste had grown. There's a diner that remembers my nod, a prayer in the cup, a wink from God. The waitress writes, take care on the slip. I fold it like a sailor's ship, let current keep it, let tide explain how distance smooths the crowded brain. I'm still the one who loved the fight, I just choose battles that honor the night. Breathe on full, let the snare brush slow, let the slide guitar fade like snow. If pride wants echoes and rented acclaim, point into gravel that knows your name. This is the distance I became, not running away, not hiding shame. I let the noise unlearn my name. I kept the work, I kept the same. The farther I walk from what I tame, the closer I came to the man I became. There's a bridge I cross where the river forgives, where losses convert to a life that lives. I drop old coins through the iron grate, watch circles widen and loosen fate. The water doesn't owe me speech, it holds my face just out of reach, enough to know not to control, a mirror for a working soul. I don't rehearse the lines I cut, I leave the door a little shut. What wants to leave, I let it pass. What needs to stay, I set like glass. Hold that forward till the ribs feel sure, let strings breathe in like a patient cure. If yesterday begs with a billboard flame, dim it to moonlight, keep your the distance I became, not running away, not hiding shame. I let the noise unlearn my name. I kept the work, I kept the same. The farther I walked from what I tame, the closer I came to the man I became. Bring me the doors I slam for proof, I'll hinge them soft under quieter roof. Bring me the miles I sprinted thin, I'll walk them back with a thicker skin. Bring me the names I spoke too loud, I'll say them small without the crowd. Let the piano play bass, two notes and wait. Let bass keep time with a slower fate. If distance is mercy in a faithful frame, let love be the work that remembers my name. Say less, stand plain, count to 4, remain. I pass a field where the scarecrows bow, a rusted choir that knows me now. They don't applaud and they don't accuse, they hold a posture I choose to use. A child on a fence line kicks his heels, his mother counts change for evening meals. I hold the door when they reach the store, no lesson given, just room for more. The smallest gestures I used to spend return like coins from a truer friend. I'm rich in a currency most won't claim, the quiet returns of a decent name. Count on 4, let the breath grow wise, let the truth be truth without disguise. If glory taps with a neon frame, offer a chair to climb the game. This is the distance I became, not running away, not hiding shame. I let the noise unlearn my name. I kept the work, I kept the same. The farther I walk from what I tame, the closer I came to the man I became. Evening irons, gold on the roads, then seam. Wind falls quiet like a bedtime dream. Gravel counts soft under shoes that know. Piano of birds playing low, 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 low. I don't hurry, there's nothing to flee. The last light falls in step with me. I learned my name in stranger tongues, paid old debts with quieter lungs, turned down parades that stain the street, chose work that leaves a kind of heat. I bargained once with a thunder's feet, now I tip the dusk with simplicity. The city behind me lowers its hands, lets go the noise, keeps on its plans. I used to brand my mercy loud, now it walks through an ordinary crowd. No witnesses, no stage to see, just breathe in the last light next to me. Count to 4 with the ribs, not pride. Let the breath be the long, clean guide. If memory calls for a brighter plea, answer with footsteps, small and free. The last light walks beside me, long shadows keeping pace. No crown required to guide me, no master hold my face. I'm done with louder proving, I keep what I can be. Dusk comes low and kindly, the last light walks with me. Fences leaning like elderly friends, trading the weather, predicting ends. A child chalks planets on the lane, spins a ring around her name. Her mother lifts a grocery bag, I catch the strap before it sags. No sermon there, no debts to weigh, just hip and hand and human day. Across the field a dog recalls a whistle stitched in evening calls. He trots back home uncomplicated, proof that peace can be translated. I thank the years for letting me see how small acts widen what will be. Breathe on forward while the slide notes lean. Let the bass say home, soft and clean. If pride returns with a megaphone plea, turn the volume down to C. The last line walks beside me, long shadows keeping pace. No crown required to guide me, no master hold my face. I'm done with loud approving. I keep what I can be. Dusk comes low and kindly. The last light walks with me. There's a bridge of iron over a patient stream, a mirror where I loan my dream. I drop 2 coins, one for grief, one for relief. The taught belief circles wide and then forget. Forgiveness keeps the water wet. I read my face the way we should, enough to know not to be understood. I am my work, the doors I oil, the weeds I pull from common soil. If legacy asks for a brighter key, I hand it hinges that swing quietly. Count to 4, let the strings inhale, let the trumpet glow like a faithful trail. If yesterday begs for authority, offer a chair, then let it be. The last light walks beside me, long shadows keeping pace. No crown required to guide me, no master hold my face. I'm done with loud approving. I keep what I can be. Dusk comes low and kindly. The last light walks with me. Bring me the locks I forced for show. I'll oil them now and let them go. Bring me the names I said too hard. I'll speak them soft in a clean backyard. Bring me the steps I marched in vain. I'll walk them home in evening rain. Let's slide guitar band once and rest. Let bass keep time inside the chest. If victory asks for a neon flame, point it to sucker, bread and name. Say less, stand plain. Count to 4, remain. Mailbox yawns like a sleepy friend, holds a bill, a note, and the working end. The note says thanks in a sprawling hand for fixing a hinge they couldn't stand. I smile the way a quiet man smiles, folds the paper in quarter miles. There's wealth in chores that no one sees, floors that welcome, roofs that ease. I sweep the walk of a neighbor's place, leave my name off, leave only space. I'll learn to earn with gentler tools, humble metals, softer rules. The last light nods in warm decree. You've done enough, come home with me. Breathe on 4, let the lamppost bloom. Let evening tidy the living room. If rumor looks for the old marquee, point it to dishes, tea and free. The last light walks beside me, long shadows keeping pace. No crown required to guide me, no master hold my face. I'm done with louder proving. I keep what I can be. Dusk comes low and kindly. Now a stair walks with you. The last light walks beside me, long shadows keeping pace. No crown required to guide me, no master hold my face, I'm gone. Dawn loosens the knot on the eastern seam. Mist folds slow like a patient dream. Gravel breathes under honest shoes. Water speaks in quiet news. I touch the rail of a weathered shore. The river moves, but it don't rush anymore. I used to chase what the thunder sold, trade young fire for borrowed gold. Ran with a clock clenched in my jaw, bit down on seconds till I cracked the law. Every bridge was a dare to run, every street a loaded gun. Now I count by softer signs, bird prints stitched in muddy lines, steam from a mug that forgives the cold, stories that learn to age, not fold. I wear a coat with fewer wars, let wind edit what time ignores. Count to 4 with the ribs, not pride. Let the breath be the calmer guide. If yesterday bangs like a locked old door, let water answer, not anymore. The river doesn't rush anymore. It carries, it keeps, it sets ashore. It turns sharp stones to a kind of foam, teaches a spine how to weather a storm. I lift my hands and I ask no more. I walk beside what I begged before. Call it mercy, call it Lord. The river doesn't rush anymore. I've seen men drown in a thimble of need, argue with blessings, sprint past the seed. I've watched loud hearts hire a crowd to clap for the breaking they wore like a shroud. I've bargained with rage and I've rented regret, paid too much for a faster bed. But patience writes smaller checks that clear at dawn without side effects. A heron stands like a seasoned judge, feeding rumor, mine won't budge. He blinks the noise off both his eyes, signs the minutes and lets them rise. Breathe on full, let the snare stay faint, leave the drum for the softer saint. If pride comes limping to settle a score, let the river say, not anymore. The river doesn't rush anymore. It carries, it keeps, it sets ashore. It rounds the edges, the city wall, returns the name to a truer core. I give my hurry to the water's floor. It dissolves like salt I can't restore. Call it wisdom earned in pores. The river doesn't rush anymore. There's a road that taught me how to bow without losing bow, to stand like fence posts hold a field, firm below and warm to yield. I used to think that peace was weak, till silence answered when I'd speak, till mercy held my shaking hand, till rest rewrote my business plan. Now when a rumor lifts its blade, I change the light, not the parade. The younger me would press and roar, the older me opens one more door. Bring me the miles I tried to sprint, the letters I sealed but never sent. Bring me the locks I broke for show. I lower the hinges and learn them slow. Let the guitar bend like willow bone. Let the bass say stay, be stone. If time is water and I'm the shore, let love erode what hurt was for. Say less, hold more, count to 4, let it pour. A kid throws sticks where the eddies spin, watches each choice decide its end. Some sink quick, some turn and glide, some find the far bank's patient side. His mother laughs at a stubborn twig, says even the small learn how to dig. I taste a memory on my tongue, the first time failure kept me young. When I stopped forcing every bend, let a smaller victory be my friend. When later wasn't loss or chore, just ripples moving toward a shore. Count to 4 till the fear grows bored. Let quiet be the last strong word. If lightning brags like it owns the floor, I show it water, not anymore. The river doesn't rush anymore. It carries, it keeps, it sets ashore. It hums the names we used to score, turns sharp to round from push to pour. I give the wheel what water swore, to mold, to live or score. Not any Labolito. The river doesn't rush anymore. Sappho's older, how they can fulfill. Wind says may he never more. A town's the tower with a manager that carries stow to let it know. Mailbox creaks like an altar hinge, dawn right silver on the garden fringe. Boots on gravel count to 4. Breath comes easy like a settled score. I touch the gate and let it remain. It's quiet living under my name. I spent years teaching thunder to kneel, forged my calm into working steel, signed a city with a smaller pen, paid old debts and paid again. I don't need statues or a louder street. I build my echo where strangers meet, and doors held open and burdens split, and choosing repair when rage would fit. A man can vanish and still be true. I stitch my shadow to what I do, let noise go hunt for a brighter flame. I'll keep the silence under my name. Count to 4 with the ribs, not pride. Let the breath be the longer guide. If history shouts like a borrowed claim, answer with hush beneath your name. There's a silence under my name, not empty, not afraid of blame. It holds my weight like a wooden frame. It knows my work and says the same. No trumpets needed, no crowded fame. I live in the silence under my name. I've seen loud crowns rust on cue, Gold turn green by the things they do. I've watched bright parades forget the street, leave nothing but paper and hollow feet. The widow next door waters her fern, hums a hymn that refuses to burn. I fix her gate and I don't charge time. We trade two nods, both worth a dime. Across the way a kid learns breaks, counts his courage on smaller stakes. I cheer by not becoming stage. Let a room be room for a younger age. If legacy's breath and not a flame, let it be the silence under my name. Breathe on forward till the bass says stay. Let the snare brush sweet delay. If pride returns with a painted claim, let stillness sign beneath your name. There's a silence under my name, not empty, not afraid of blame. It holds my weight like a wooden frame. It knows my work and says the same. No trumpets needed, no crowded fame. I live in the silence under my name. Keep a drawer of unmailed lines, letters to bridges and fault lines. Thank yous I owe to forgotten rain, apologies folded without a stain. Some I'll send and some I'll sow, in gardens only the patient know. I prune my anger like winter vines, leave what fruits, cut back the signs. There's a mercy in tasks that don't get seen, a hinge that won't squeal, a floor kept clean. You won't applaud it, you'll simply trust. It's how I learned to polish dust. When heaven audits the quiet game, it checks the silence under my name. Hold that four, let the strings lean low. Let piano say what words won't show. If yesterday begs to be the frame, hang it on silence, sign your name. There's a silence under my name, not empty, not afraid of blame. It keeps the roof through wind and rain. It turns sharp loss into useful grain. No victory speech, no pointing flame, just a work and breath beneath my name. Bring me the lights I turn down low, so others could stand in a kinder glow. Bring me the times I walked away and left room open for their say. Bring me the locks I learned to oil, the tempers cooled by patient toil. If legacy's true, it's not a crown, it's chairs set close when the tired sit down. Let guitar bend like a vow kept plain, let trumpet rest like a forgiven pain. If I'm remembered, let it remain as the space I made and not my name. Say less, hold fast, count four, let pass. I walk past a shop with a humble glass, where watch hands learn how minutes pass. The owner nods in that language of few, everything working, working and true. A bus exhales, a school bell sings, the morning ties its ordinary strings. This is the choir I choose to lead, by keeping time for simpler need. A rumor tries to borrow my face, I give it no stage, I give it no place. Peace requires a quiet spine, a yes that's small, a faithful line. Write it in sawdust, ink and rain. I hold the silence under my name. Count to four with a softer hand, let the beat arrive like land. If glory knocks in a borrowed frame, offer tea, then keep your name. There's a silence under my name, not empty, not afraid of blame. It keeps the tools that built my aim. It stores the grain when fields go lame. No bright parade, no gilded claim. I live in the silence under my Not empty, not afraid of blame. It cradles love without a frame. It guards the weed of claim. If I'm gone and streets remain, let them keep working just the same. Write it in wood and work in grain. I chose the silence under my name. Under my name. The room wears gold like a second skin. The bass walks slow, invites me in. A hush like velvet, heavy dense. I button my calm and sharpen sense. The lights too low, the air runs thin. My shadow trims the noise within. And the night, she grins, she loves this science. How power lives in brass and silence. Polished shoes on an oaken floor, a measured step through a mirror door. The band leans back to read my pace. I set the tone with breathing space. No need to claim, no need to plead. I let the stillness intercede. A single nod, a quiet license. I stitch the room with brass and silence. A cufflink blinks like a comet's tail. My gaze moves slow, my voice stays pale. The snare suggests, the kick agrees. The organ hums like trusted keys. I pour a truth I never say. Let gravity conduct the sway. Where others shout their weak reliance, I write my name in brass and silence. In thunder's noise, you forge it quiet, far from boys. You trade the spark for banked up coal. You tame the hand and crown the soul. When tempers beg for violence, I answer them with brass and silence. Let lesser storms announce their science. I raise a toast to brass and silence. So pour one for the kings who never shout, whose steady pulse dissolves the doubt. He laughs low, ignores the sirens. He rules by brass and honored silence. It hums like steel, it shines like wine. A sovereign glow without a sign. I ain't begging fate for guidance. I wear my crown in brass and silence. Yeah. She enters with a comet's grace. A test of poise across her face. I tilt the glass, I hold the frame. I let the rhythm take a name. No chase, no grin, no eager dance. Just orbit set by a tempered stance. She changes speed by my compliance. That's the art of brass and silence. I learned to fold the heat. I feel like a linen smooth on tempered steel. To place each word like coins on scales. To let the hush outvote the tales. When pride arrives with gaudy giants, I greet it with my brass and silence. I never buy the cheap alliance. I trade in gold and quiet science. The man in the mirror tilts his head, says you talk less and speak instead. A measured breath can move a throne. A patient glance recarves a stone. No blade to wave, no stage defiance. Just empire built of brass and silence. He taps the glass, confirms the science. Hold your crown with brass and silence. Yeah. A murmur builds from jealous throats. A restless tide that swells and floats. The bass digs in, the snare grows tight. The at your best. The noise folds back into its chest. The band resumes its calm alliance, obedient to brass and silence. Pour one for the man who reads the tide, who slows the storm without a stride. He hums low, declines the violence. He bends the night with brass and silence. Raise your glass to iron grace, to eyes that slow a crowded place. No roar, no shove, no malice, just sovereign brass and silence. The lights throw coins on every wall. The Hammond sighs a chapel call. A single bend suspends the room. A pause becomes a perfume plume. I trace the air with quiet signs, a line of gold and silver silence. The groove drips warm, the noise relents. All debt is paid in confidence. Simply outgrew chaos game. I bank my fire in deeper jars. I steer by scars instead of stars. When temper's big for my compliance, I answer true with brass and silence. A small refusal, clean and fine. A crown that needs no borderline. No choir sings the measured art. No trumpet crowns the patient heart. The proof is how the riot slows, how even lightning learns repose. You want the key to true reliance. Distill your power, brass and silence. Let louder men chase cheap appliance. We mint the night with brass and silence. Oh, yeah. So pour one for the sovereign few, whose quiet tells the world what's true. He laughs low, denies the sirens. He holds the dark with brass and silence. No required, no gilded fence, just breathe and balanced eloquence. And when I fade, recall my science. I wore my crown, embrace and silence. Watch this toast and it's solid gold. Your dreams burn loud when cans blow cold. Tessie bread bun is dull and tan, on plywood's charcoal, burial sand. But every empire built to last is crashed from ash and pearl its brass. So I close my eyes, just it's the violence. As I relate with brass and silence. Gets to breathe a while. The bass walks slow in a measured style. The lights hang low like patient eyes. I straighten truth, remove disguise. A match goes out but leaves its heat. The snare taps vows beneath my feet. And the night, she nods without defiance. She knows a king built out of silence. I lay my bricks on quiet ground, where thunder fades and nerves unbound. No shouting crown, no borrowed praise, just steady hands through weaker days. I learned to make the chaos storm, to build a roof that will not fall. When storms arrive with cheap reliance, I answer with a house of silence. I took the road that bends through rain, let patience clean the bitter stain. I spend my pride in smaller coins and fix my spine and broken joints. The mirror bowed, the rage withdrew, and in its place the iron grew. I learned to tune the world's appliance by holding time in quiet silence. Ain't no preacher teach this art. You learn it losing half your heart. You let the hunger slow it spin. You lock the door, then breathe within. You shape the flame, you choose its height. You keep it fed but out of sight. And when the noise demands compliance, you answer with your built-in silence. So pour one for the men who never boast, who save their words for when they're most. He laughs low, unmoved by violence. He wears his power built from silence. It hums like oak, it shines like stone, a sovereign calm that stands alone. I ain't begging fate for guidance. I move the night with forced out silence. The barmaid knows when storms walk in. She sees the swagger, hears the din. She sets my glass, the room takes note. Her hush slides under every throat. The organ breathes a velvet chord. The kick keeps time with no reward. A single nod, a small compliance. The whole place turns on quiet signs. I keep my laws in leather bound. No gilded edges, plain and sound. Hold back your heat, conserve your fire. Let once be tested by desire. Speak once, speak true, then let it stand. Correct your course with open hand, and never trade your soul for pence. You're worth the price of your own silence. The man in the mirror taps the frame, says, boy, you finally learned your name. It ain't the roar that gets it done. It's staying still till battle's won. No blade to wave, no stage defense, just presence, weight, and consequence. He points and smiles, a mild alliance. Your crown is carved from patient silence. A murmur climbs from jealous chance, a petty tide that swells and crests. They bait the spark, they prime the fuse. They hope I like what they can't use. I raise my hand an inch or two. The wave forgets what it should do. The snare resumes, the bass finds guidance. Obedient to measured silence. Pour one for the man who reads the signs, who slows a storm with steady lines. He hums low, declines of violence. He bends the dark with built-in silence. Raise your glass to iron grace, to eyes that calm a crowded place. No throne, no roar, no license, just sovereign heat and crafted silence. A single note becomes a beam, a pillar set in midnight seam. The room suspends its restless weight. The breath of doubt learns how to wait. groove lays bricks, the river glows, a hallway where the wisdom goes. I press my palm to time's appliance. The walls stand up on quiet silence. I ain't holy, I ain't tame. I just retired from losing games. I spend my sparks on better nights. I let my scars become my rights. I carry storms in sealed jars. I steer by truth instead of stars. And when the world wants grand defiance, I sign my name with seasoned silence. Ain't no choir singing for the still, no trumpets for a tempered will. But watch the ride fold its wings when patient hands arrange the strings. You want the key to this appliance? It's breath and spine and quiet signs. When chaos begs for your compliance, stand tall inside your built-up silence.